Right, guys. So this save is going to be a bit different. This is going to be 2018's essentially going in slash all in prelude to AEW. And basically, we are going to do a 8-way warfare save with a load of the smaller promotions. So we have Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, we have CHIKARA, we have PWG, Stardom, Dragon Gate, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, and Impact Wrestling. So, around this time, it was basically Tokyo Joshi Pro were basically still had a bit of a different roster. So it had Azusa Christie, Hikari Noah, Hinano, it also had Hyper Masao, Maki Ito, Marika Kobayashi, who at this point is 17. I think now she is at basically 7 years on, so now being technically 23, 24 now, or 25. Miyu Watanabe, only 18 here, but already is going to be someone that we basically could like throw the entire promotion on. Miyu Yamashita, basically the basically just Mrs. Tokyo Joshi Pro. A lot of the talents that we have here, like Mizuki, still young. I think she recently just debuted. Oh no, 5 years experience. So she debuted 2013, I think. Yeah, around that. Nodoka Wanasa, Nodoka Tenma. I think she might be wrong, but I think she later becomes I'll have to check, but I think she then becomes a cat girl. Like a literal cat. Also just with like some like more like a furry type outfit. Like without the head, and then basically just fur that she has on her body. Raku, only 20 here, just I think started. So I think her and Miyu. So we have the Up girls as for the people. We have Rika Saiki, if that's how you say her name. Basically, Princess Tag Champ with Marika, which is quite good. We have Saki Akai, who should be Saki Sama at this point. So let me just add her thing in. Because she, basically, in this promotion, she is basically the be-all, end-all of heels. Basically in Tokyo Joshi Pro entirely. I might leave, there's a YouTube channel that you guys should probably watch called Neo Joe Shizzle. That basically just does like a load of stuff on Tokyo Joshi Pro. I recommend watching that. The next up we have technically I think she might already be a kaiju, essentially the littlest kaiju. We have Tetsuya Koda, who's basically the GM and head of Tokyo Joshi Pro. We are technically the developmental, I believe, I think we're technically the developmental of DDT. Oh no, sister promotion. So basically they are running our money, essentially. Then we have Yuka Sakazaki, basically the magical girl. She I think, yeah, I think it was after COVID, or it might have been the year after, actually. I think it was 2023 or 2024 that she basically left or graduated from TJPW Pro over to here. Yuki Aino, currently in real life, I believe she is the no wait, she isn't the I was about to say the international princess, but I don't think she was. I think she might be one half of the tag champs. Oh no, she's not even on the thing with that. Never mind. Yuki Yamafuku, basically sort of like a, kind of like a, I guess, model turned professional wrestler. Yuno Manase, I remember hearing about her. I think she might be retired. Then we have you. So that is essentially our roster that they have to begin with TJPW Pro. As well, we don't have any stables or anything. So basically, TJPW Pro will essentially be sort of where a lot of our talents will sort of come in and basically do a load of stuff. Obviously, we are going to try and essentially bring in new talents. Now, the thing is, we're doing TJPW Pro, TJPW, and also Stardom. So basically, there'll be a lot of cross development there. We have Riho. We have Saray, who's currently a free agent. We have me, who's currently a free agent. We have Maiku Aono, who is also, and we also have Flying Penguin. Now, I believe Riho technically is, yeah, quite a big star over here. I'm trying to think where we are. Kanto. Okay. So if we maybe go like maybe Kanto around all. As well, what I'm going to do during this save is basically take off the strict storylines, because I feel like it's not really needed in a place like TJPW Pro, or really any of the promotions that we're doing. TJPW definitely wouldn't be. PWG wouldn't make any sense. Stardom, not really. Dragon Gate, not really. TNA, maybe. Lucha Underground, probably not. I'm trying to remember which A promotions there are again. But anyway, that is that sort of stuff. Now, this is going to be episode 0, which I'll probably say 1 or 2 other times in this. But basically, they are going to be... There's basically going to be episode 0, sort of showing the promotions as they are right now. I think definitely to begin with is Lucha Underground. So what I'll do is I'll do Lucha Underground last. But anyway, we are now going to go over to CHIKARA. Now, CHIKARA is a bit of a weird promotion, especially with their roster base that they have. They have Blank, who was basically one half of NRG, with the other member who I think is gone. And I have an idea of what to do with a few people, and I think I said previously, and I think also the Whisper, who is this guy, I basically said, what if... I think this was around this time, or a bit before, but basically what I wanted to have is basically a new version of BDK, or Bruderschaft des Crosses, aka Brotherhood of the Cross, with, I think it was Blank, Murloc, the Whisper, and I think one or two others. To sort of like make a new version of the BDK, essentially. Would be quite good. So anyway, we've got Blank. Boomer Hatfield, who now is Weber Hatfield, I think. Yeah, I think he is. Bryce, obviously. Cajun Crawdad, who needs his mask. Give me 1 sec. Now this is using the SAMP pit pack. So basically a few of the pictures are going to be the originals and not the new ones. But basically we have Cajun Crawdad, Cam Zagami, who I believe was the last Young Lions Cup champ. Cornelius Crummels, Danger Hawk, who basically went under a new mask, essentially. Now, Dasher Hatfield, who doesn't have a mask, but apparently he does. So let me just add that in, which I believe is this one. Then we have Fire Ant. If you don't know, the colony is basically a big thing within CHIKARA. And I think I might actually basically make new. Basically, either bring in old ants, like Soldier Ant, like, I think it was Carpenter Ants, Worker Ants, and Green / Silver Ant. Frightmare, obviously, you know what happened with him. Honestly, I think I might keep him and just have him be a jobber. We've got Green Ant, who is basically the second Green Ant after Silver Ant. Now, I wonder if they have the two in here. I might have to get my phone afterwards and just double check or look on here. Because they are now... Green Ant and Thief Ant are now Electro Ant and Ultimo Ant. Just need to remember which one's which. And switch them over to that and then maybe bring in a new Green Ant stuff. Hallowicked, basically, I think is maybe the longest heal alongside I'm blanking on his name. Oh no, Frightmare. Sorry, not Frightmare. Kobold is the guy that has all the stuff about him. So I think Frightmare and Hallowicked are kind of the two longest reigning like heals in the promotion. Then we have Hermit Crab. I think I might be able to find a different version of his mask. Just because that one's not exactly the best. Let's maybe go for this one, I think. Icarus WRW, not really sure what that means. Obviously, I think he just ends up becoming the person that's no music, which is slightly weird. Oh, there we go. Basically, Icarus, as you know, another one of those people. It also says scumbag. Honestly, I might get rid of him. Overall.
Sorry, dog finds it unacceptable you shut him out.
I've got no food. Ziggy, I have no food. One sec. Go on, you. Out. Out. I have no food. So like that. We just had fish and chips, and he thinks that he smelt some food in here. Jeremy Leary, a guy that is very underrated. But like one of those guys that basically could, if CHIKARA stayed around, I would probably say he would be one of the guys to basically push as one of those talents. Joe Keys, aka Jesper Tippings. I don't know much about this era of CHIKARA. I think maybe a little bit with Oceania, but apart from that, didn't really know that much. I didn't really watch it that much during this time. John Barber, rest in peace, is actually... So, if you didn't know, John Barber was actually one of the Botchamania people, alongside Matthew, aka MAFFEW, not like Matthew as in anything else, but basically he was a part of that. Sadly, he passed away, I think, during COVID, or a little bit afterwards. We've got another guy that technically, well, basically came out as a scumbag as well. This guy, Juan Francisco de Coronado, was actually quite a good heel, and then basically during COVID he was another one of those guys from CHIKARA's roster that basically got outed as essentially being a dick. And a load of other stuff. Kobold, another one. I'm just going to pass it to him. Lucas Calhoun, aka Volgar 1, I think. Yeah, Volgar 1. Strangely doesn't come up with, like, many of their different things. Mark Angelo Zetti, basically, I think Dasher beat, I think it was either Dasher or Mark that won the grand title, and then basically the other person won, and then basically it was a double turn, I think. Murloc, definitely a guy that is, well, basically another guy that's very underrated, alongside Jeremy Leary and technically Lucas Calhoun. Then we have Mike Werner, current Campeonatos de Parejas, which is basically essentially tag team champions. I think Parejas is tag, so champions of tag, essentially, or tag team. Although I could be wrong, don't know that much Spanish or Mexican. Nighthawk, which is Mike Quackenbush. Now, sadly, Mike Quackenbush is the owner. I think I put him as the owner. Yeah, sadly, he's the owner, so I'm afraid he'll have to stick around, which is kind of annoying. Then we have Oceana, who is Ashley Vox. Basically, it's Ashley Vox with basically just weird face paint on her, essentially. She is also a heel for some weird reason, even though she is a heel. Oleg the Usurper, basically just a Nordic warrior, essentially. Ophidian, I think it was either Ophidian or it might have been Omasis that was outed as being one of those people. Razorhawk. Now I'm trying to remember if Razorhawk is... No, I don't think he is. I don't think anyway. No. So basically, I think it might be Silverhawk that is. Rex Lawless, the other member of, well, basically the other Campeonatos de Barrios. Rob Locke, I have no idea who this is. Oh wait, that's a different Rob Locke. Right, it's a different Rob Locke, that's why I couldn't remember who that was. Surely there should be like a different one of him. But basically, I believe he is one half of the thing with Joe Keys, Jasper Tippings, and I can't remember what his other one was called. Rock Lobster, really heel, but then having a fun babyface gimmick. Bit odd. Another guy that was out as Scumbag, which actually says there. Scott Holiday, I think, was also another guy. Sidney Bacabella, who I believe is the current, at the time, director of Fun. Solo Darling, who is... I'm not sure where she went, actually. Sonny DeFargo, who basically teams with Cornelius. Silverhawk. Fun thing, it's Wheeler Yuta. The Product Boar, who is Product Boar. The Whisper, he was also weirdly Ophidian too, which was a bit strange. Oh, oops. Right, going down again. So now we go to Fifant. Now, basically, Green Ant and Fifant were basically the two newest ants that basically joined the roster after basically debuting. Eventually they became Electro Ant and Ultimo Ant. So basically that. Travis Huckabee, who I believe ended up being a part of the new Fist with Icarus, and I'm trying to remember who the other guy was. Wasn't Troy Nelson, I think it was someone else. But we've got a ref, Vlad Radonov, who is basically sort of the ring announcer. Then we have Warren Barksdale. Now, there is actually a new version of CHIKARA now called Power Pro Wrestling. I know, Power Pro Lucha, which has some of the people here, like Boomer Hatfield, like Frightmare and Hallowicked, like Green Ant and Fifant, who are now Electro and Ultimo Ant. Strangely, Warren Barksdale did actually do a bit as a new ant called Cutter Ant. And then basically, I think also Murloc is a part of it. And new people under the Hawk masks are basically also a part of that. So that's basically the roster that we have to start off with. We've got Creatures of the Deep. We've got Cyberhawks 2000s. One sec. Doesn't have Danger Hawk. We have Legion of the Rots. And we have the Colony. Legion of the Rots was basically something like this big stable of people. That I think had Icarus and Mark Angelazetti at one point as well. Next we're going to go PWG and see what the roster is here. So we have Adam Brooks, we have a Bandito, we have Brody King, we have Chuck Taylor, Shima, who I might just get rid of. Don't really want him in there. There is a few people that I don't want in this from this roster. Shima is alright, I just don't think he would be... I don't think I would actually use him that much. Dan Barry, Dobby Allen, David Starr. One person who I'm definitely getting rid of. Desmond Xavier, Excalibur, Flameter, before he gained some weight, is only 170 there, and is muscular. Elja Dragunov, Jeff Cobb, Jody Fleisch, Joey Janela, probably another guy that I'll get rid of. Jada Rock, Justin Borden, Marco Stunts, another guy I'm getting rid of in Matt Riddle. Sorry, I said Mark for some reason. PCO, Penta L0 Meadow, who... So it's still a part of Lucha Underground, but I'm kind of confused. Oh wait, that's why. Triple A... Yeah, I think Triple A gets rid of him. Yeah, I don't know why he's in CMLL and Triple A. That's a bit odd. Bit strange. Puma King. Then we have Ray Phoenix, Ray Horace, Rick Knox, Robbie Eagles, Sammy Guevara, Shingo Takagi, when he was on his sort of on the way out of Dragon Gate, was basically doing this. Super Dragon, who was essentially the owner of PWG. T-Hawk, Timothy Thatcher, Trent Beretta, Trevor Lee, me, Walter, Saki Wentz, Zack Sabre Jr., and strangely Zima Iron, which is a bit of a weird one. And this is around the Battle of Los Angeles. Battle of Los Angeles, so basically, there won't be a show in a while, but it'll basically be 3 nights. At least I believe it is. Yeah, 3 nights overall, and then basically all of these different ones as well. Sort of things to basically do. I might add some more shows as well. But that is PWG. Stable-wise, they don't have any. Tag teams, they do have a few, which is quite nice. Then, we're going to go to Stardom. Now, Stardom's roster is a bit weird at this point. Got like a load of weird... Obviously, the ages of the wrestlers is a bit of a worry. around this time because Rossi just decided to bring in any old person. So we have AZM, a 4-year pro, and she's only 15. That's how weird Stardom was. And even now, she's only 22, I believe. Yeah, it's only 22, which is a bit odd. B. Priestley... Honestly, B. Priestley, I never really liked as a wrestler. It says that she's a New Zealander, but she is English. Fun fact, she's actually from Harrogate, which is where I'm from in England, which is a bit strange. Nakano, who is basically the colour commentator. Chardonnay, who I believe might be injured now, or might be wrong about that. We've got Daishi, we've got Hana Kimura, rest in peace, who at this point was still alive. So hopefully, if all goes well, she'll still be in the promotion for a while. Hanan, who is another person that's only 13. Right, 15, and then we have 20, which is understandable, but she debuted at 18. She is 13, and she's a 1-year pro. Like, huh? Haru Murata. Hazuki, who is a part of Oditai at the moment. Well, at this time. 20 years old, 4-year pro. Jungle Kiona, who is only 27 here. Only a 2-year pro, which I think might be wrong. Because I think she's, like 40 now, I believe. Cage Tisu, I might say her name wrong. 10-year pro, only 26. So she debuted at the age of 16. This lady, if you don't know, later on actually becomes Fukugen Death. So Death Yamasan, Gokugen Death, and then Atsuka-chan. Can I remember Jan, which I don't actually know what that is. Then we have Kaylee Ray, who I actually forgot was part of this, part of Stardom. Konami, who was part of Queen's Quest, but strangely a heel, which shouldn't really be a thing. Then we have Kyoko Kimura, who is basically the Red Agent. Leo Onozaki, who I don't really know. Although I think she retired in, I think it was during COVID, I think. Mari Apache, Bio Watani, who's only 25. 7-year pro, so she debuted at the age of 18. Momo Awatani, who's a 3-year pro, so she debuted at the age of 15. Nayo Yamaguchi, who is a rookie, only 29. Well, what am I saying only? Natsu Yamuri, who I think now is on the Indies, or might be retired. Then we have Natsuko Tora, who is in real life the current leader of the Odatai successor in Hate. I don't know why I struggled with that. Natsumi Apache as well, who I believe either retires or changes her name, I think. Oh. Oh, wait. Is she... Oh, she's Mary's... Wait, she is a child of Fabi Apache, Gran Apache, and Mary Apache. Which one? Which one? You can't have three. Then we have Weirdo himself. Ryoka. Only 13. 1 year pro. So, she debuted at the age of 12. Saki Kashima. 25. Shiki Shibusa Wa. That's how you say it. Starlight Kid. Debuted at the age of 14. Stephanie Vakir, which I know a lot of you will probably be like, hang on. But I believe this is during her... Oh, no, this isn't during it. Oh, married to Ricky Marvin. Okay. Basically, she was doing Stardom, which I actually didn't find out until now, which is odd. Tam Nakano, Suya Pro, so debuted at 28. Me, again. Utami Hashishita. Don't know how to say that. But also a rookie. Stables, we have Jan, which is just a weird stable. Odatai, Queen's Quest, and Stars. Then I believe a bit after this, Jan spans, and then basically I believe another group comes in, and then basically I believe there's a sort of lottery thing. Obviously, everyone apart from the leader leaves, and then basically all new lineups for each group, which is a bit odd, I'll be honest. Stardom, now we go into Dragon Gate. So, Dragon Gate around this time, Shima, T-Hawk, I'm trying to remember his name, El Lindemann, and I believe it was... Yeah, El Lindemann, and then Takiro Yamamura, who is still part of this roster. I'm going to get rid of him after this video as well. As well as, I think, Bully Mac as well. Just because Dragon Gate doesn't really need him. But anyway, we've got Bandido. We've got Benkei, who just turned heel in... he basically just turned heel, I believe. We've got Big R Shimizu, who also just joined RED. Basically was a part of Maximum. I think there was a 5-on-5 match. And then basically both of them just sort of turned and went to the other side. We've got BB Hulk, who's one half of the Twin Gate champs. We've got Desmond Xavier, we've got Don Fuji, Dragon Kid, Ita, or Ita Kobayashi, which I'll just take out the other part and just put Ita for it. I believe this is right after Ita basically turned it from Antias into RED. We have Flamita. We've got Gamma, who I believe Over Generation just disbanded, I believe. Genki Horiguchi, and on this time there should be Natural Vibes, but I'll just make them after this. Hio, he was 2-year pro at this point. Obviously now he's doing like kind of a weird gimmick of basically being a stripper. I've got Jason Lee, who was part of the Cruiserweight Classic, which I think was around this time 2, I think. Oh no, just... I think it was either this year or it might have been the previous year. I know, I think it was 2016, I think. Cage Tora, Kaito Ishida, the play-by-play guy, as who basically is sort of the play-by-play guy for the actual shows. Then we have Ken Arai, who basically also does a load of other indies that are lower than Dragon Gates, where basically he just suddenly comes back to a show and then suddenly has like a load of random like titles from those promotions. We've got Knes, who I think was still wrestling at this point. I think in 2021 or 2022 he basically retires. Then we have Toka, who just retired because he, if I remember, I think it was either this year or it might have been the year before, he basically had like a horrible injury and then basically couldn't wrestle anymore. Then we have KZ, who I'm trying to remember who the KZ people were. It's not Genki. Oh, it is Genki. Oh. I am dumb. Then we have Masaki Mochizuki, basically strong kicker, essentially. Masato Yoshino, still a wrestler, which is very good, because I always liked wrestling before COVID happened. Then after that, it just wasn't the same. Monday-Ryu essentially is kind of, at one point, the worst member of the roster. Basically as well, back when he just became Monday-Ryu until, I think, 2015 or 16, when Over Generation basically won his... I think it was basically a winner gets Monday-Ryu, essentially. And basically he turned face. For the longest time, his theme song was literally everyone else booing him on the roster, which was always quite good. Then we have Naruki Doi, who is still wrestling now. Punchitomi Naga, who I think just becomes... I think also is another member of Natural Vibes. Ryo Saito, who isn't the general manager at this point. Shingo Takagi, who basically is leaving in around 92 days. Shun Skywalker, who doesn't look like this at this point. That's I think, one of his current masks. Basically, his old one was basically like a lot more green, essentially. Stalker Ichikawa, basically the jobber, essentially on the roster. And basically, Stokuro Chikawa retired in December last year. But basically, he essentially was kind of, I would say, a little bit of a jobber, but then also like a comedy wrestler. So like occasionally he would win and cause an upset. Super Shiza, who doesn't wrestle anymore. Then we have Susumu Yokozuka, who is with Casey and Genki. Shishoko Boy, basically one of those people that has 3 different gimmicks, and then all 3 of those gimmicks sort of join together. So basically, at one point he basically was Shishiza Boy, and then also I think Shishoko Machine, and then basically I think he got knocked out or something, came back, and he was basically both gimmicks put together, essentially. We have Takashi Yoshida, who isn't what he ended up being, which I always hated. Was now like a comedy wrestler, which doesn't suit him at all. Takuyo Yagi, who previously was a wrestler, and then basically he essentially left. And then basically he ended up becoming a part of Florida Brothers for a little bit with 2 other people. I think one of them is Takio Owasa, and I'm trying to remember who the other guy was. But there was 2 guys who were basically brothers, essentially, in kayfabe. And then basically Kensuke Sasaki was part of it for a little bit. This guy I'm gonna get rid of, just because he technically shouldn't be a part of the roster. Toru Kido, who basically is the owner of Dragon Gate. Then we have UT, Willie Mack, who I might just get rid of. Yamato, one half of the Twin Gate champions with BB Hulk. Brother Yashi, Yushi Kanda, who is a part of RED, and he turned heel after I think it was Jimmy's disbanded. But as they went on like a small like let's keep the forts alive essentially, and basically like did a final run type thing, and then in the last match against Antias, he turned heel and then basically became a part of the group. Yosuke Santa Maria is essentially a Exotico, the 3rd Super Shenlong. So basically, Super Shenlong 2 was Monday Ryu. This is the 3rd one, and I think there was a first one called Shinobi, I think. Yuki Yoshioka, who I think just before COVID goes on excursion, then basically is there for a while, and then Zachary Wentz. Sorry guys, I'm just going to quickly pause real quick, and I'll be back in just a sec. Right, so hello guys. Just need to do something. So, stable-wise, we have Maximum, who is getting Benkei and Big R Shimizu kicked out of that. Then Jason Lee, Kaito, and Yoshidoi are going to be there. And then this is the new version of RED. Basically the GIF is of the previous, I think, like a new version of RED. And I don't believe there's there's actually one of RED of what it actually was, which is slightly annoying, but oh well. Oh well. Then also Tribe Vanguard, which was this as well. So we're going to skip Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground will be the last one. And then basically I'm going to do some stuff in the background where I essentially I'm going to book Lucha Underground, which will be fun. And then basically go like that. So next up we have Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor around this time was a few months before AEW became a thing and basically took like half their roster. At this point, everyone's still there, so we've got like Adam Page, who now is Hangman Adam Page, Beer Bruiser, well, Beer City Bruiser or BCB, BJ Whitmer, who basically is a behind the scenes guy, Bob Evans, who I didn't actually. I'm pretty sure Bob Evans, like, wasn't part of the promotion still. Bobby Cruz, Brandy Rhodes, then we got the Tate Brothers, Brian Gorey, Brian Malonis, Bully Ray, for some odd reason. Caprice Coleman, Kerry Silkin, who I believe is the owner. Oh no, that's Jeff Cobb. Okay. Cheeseburger, Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels, Chuck Taylor, Cody, who didn't have his surname for. Honestly, I don't know why. Cole Cabana, Don Castle, Delirious, Faye Jackson, Flip Gordon, a guy that I'm gonna get rid of. Frankie Kazarian, Gino Colucci, who is just a ref, so I don't really need to try and find his pick. Ian Riccaboni, Jay Briscoe, who's one half of the World Tag Champs, Jay Diesel, Jay Lethal, Jenny Rose, Jerry Lynn, Jerry Koff, who's the owner, Jonathan Gresham, Josh Woods, Karen Q. Oh, Karen Q was Wendy Chu. Okay. Kelly Klein, Kenny King, Leon St. Giovanni, Madison Rain, Brandy Leon, Mark Briscoe, another guy that I'm getting rid of, Matt Jackson, Matt Taven, Nick Jackson, Paul Turner, Punishment Martinez, Red Citus, Rocky Romero, Ryan Mooney, Scarlett Bordeaux, who. Why was she on the roster? Scorpio Sky, Shaheem Ali, who I don't know, Shane Taylor, Silas Young, Simi Sakai, Taylor Dashwood, Tennille Dashwood, who I didn't know that she was part of this roster, but it's a bit odd. Tika Ryan, Todd Sinclair, John Beretta, me, Vinny Marcia, who is. I'm trying to remember what his new name is. What is his new name? I swear it was a new name, but I can't remember what it was. Will Ferreira, Will Ospreay, and that's that roster. Steroids, just Bullet Club USA and SoCal Uncensored. That's the two there. Got a few different tag teams. Title-wise, not really that much in terms of stuff. Then let's go for Impact. Now, this logo will be changing to a different one as well. So we've got a Biz, who... Oh, Biz doesn't have his mask. That's a bit... Oh wait, is this around that time where he decides to go for his... Go for, like, not spray paint, but face paint instead of an actual mask. God, that looked horrible. Alexis Nevaeh, who is before she was Alicia Edwards. Ali, who is obviously the bunny later on, who I think around this time actually got killed off, either 2018 or 19, and then basically got killed off Lucha Underground style, and then basically went over to AEW. Austin Aries, I'm taking the title off him and then just kick him out of the promotion. Don't even care. I'm just kicking him out because he is terrible. Brandon Tolley, then we've got Brian Cage, Caleb Conley, who I think also is a suicide. I know, Caleb was a K, but then also was suicide for a little bit as well. Cody Deaner, Dave Christ, who is another scumbag. Desmond Xavier, Diamante, Don Callis. And this was before he came back. But yeah, I think this is before he came back as the sort of person in charge of it. Eddie Edwards, who I'm definitely changing that picture. After he ended up turning into like a hardcore icon, essentially, he just never was the same. We've got Eli Drake, who is before he left and then joined NWA and then joined NXT, and then from there Fala Bar, Gail Kim, Gama Singh, Grado, Hakeem Zayn, who is Rohit Raju, Homicide, Jake Chris, Jake Something, Jason Brown, who I have no idea who he is, Jimmy Jacobs, Johnny Impact, Josh Matthews, Katrina Waters, who is Winter, or Katie Lee Birchall, where they did that incest gimmick, Casey Spinelli, Kevin Matthews, Killer Cross, Congo Con, Conan, Matt Seidel, Moose, Ortiz, Bangel Parada, or Parinda, who I'm trying to remember who that is. I wonder if that was that Hawk person from Ring King, or I might be confused. Pentagon Jr., then we have Pete Williams, Ray Phoenix, Rick Swan, Rosemary, Sammy Callahan, Santana, Scott DeMoore, Sean Hernandez, Shotzi Blackheart. Hang on, you're not part of the roster. She's not part of the roster. I definitely think she's a part of NXT, but she definitely wasn't part of TNA. Sanjay Dutt, Sue Young, Taya Valkyrie, another person to get rid of, The King, Tommy Dreamer, Tony Cage, Trevor Lee, and then me. So champions we've got Called the Shot, we've got Digital Media, Knockouts Tag, Knockouts World, or Tag Team and X Division. Stable-wise, we've got LAX, which is the second version, whereas basically Conan with these three in it. And then we're going to Lucha Underground. Dario Cueto is the owner, just to keep kayfabe. So the roster is Aerostar and Helico. Antonio Cueto, or Dario Cueto, basically I just call him Cueto. So basically I just call him Cueto. Big Bad Steve, Cage, Katrina, Chavo Guerrero, Dagger, Dante Fox, Chirago, Dragon Azteca Jr., Famous B, Phoenix, Hernandez, Hexagon Dark, who I don't know, Ibeliz, Jack Evans, Jake Strong, Jeremy Crane, another guy that I'm going of, probably Ibeliz 2, Johnny Mundo, Killshot, King Quino, Cobra Moon, Mariposa, Marty Elias, Mike the Moth Martinez, Masquerita Sagrada, who I think just becomes, I think was Masquerita Dorada, but I could be wrong. Matanza, Matt Striker, Melissa Santos, Paul London, Pentagon Dark, PJ Black, Reclusa, Rick Knox, Ricky Banderas, who should be Mil Muertes. Don't know why he isn't Mil Muertes. That seems a bit stupid. Ricky Mandel, Saltador, Shol Guerrero, Son of Havoc, Tyre, The Mac, me, Vampiro, White Rabbit, and Exolicious, who is Sunny Kiss. So basically, real quick, our broadcasting deal ends in 2 episodes, so basically we're going to do essentially 2 episodes of Lucha Underground, and then basically that's it. It gets taken off, and then we have to find somewhere else to be. As well, basically, the LRA Network basically has sort of said, no, we're not keeping you around. So we can't even, do anything with it. So that's fun. We don't really need events either, because technically the Ultimo Luchas were a part of that. We also are in debt right now. I think if it's alright with you guys, I'm going to cheat and give ourselves probably 100 grand instead. So instead of in debt, we're going to go 100 grand positive and hope for the best from that. We do have a per month estimate of 15,000 a month. Obviously, though, that could be obviously that is not really that much because the production is quite a bit, and then also marketing is quite a bit too. So I might cheat with that. Basically, the first episode of that will be coming out soon. What I'll probably do is basically per week do 1 episode each. Basically per week just do 1 taping. So basically just 1 episode, and that's basically it, and then go on to the next week with the next one, and sort of go on from there. TNA, basically I won't be putting out explosions, and then basically the rest will just be those events. So mainly it will be Lucha Underground and TNA. that'll be the two main sort of episodes that we do. So like the main two promotions that we do, and then the rest are basically show based, like basically event based. So that's basically what we're going to do. Okay guys, sorry for boring you all. It's been just over an hour. I am going to end this recording here. Basically as well, as you probably noticed, the thumbnail is basically all 8 promotions with their current logos in there. Apart from TNA, which I'm going to change to what that was. And then basically I'm going to use that for the foreseeable. I won't. I'll just keep the thumbnail to how it is, and then basically we'll just put those out instead of obviously doing like number 1, blah blah blah. So guys, thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you all in the next episode when we go to Lucha Underground. I'll see you all then. Goodbye.